A very good evening to all of you students. Today we shall continue with the lesson Local Government Chapter 4. In this session we will discuss the Nyay Panchayat or Panchayati Adalats. Nyay, as we all know, it means justice. So Nyay Panchayats or Panchayati Adalat means providing justice to villagers through the Panchayat. So the function of the Nyay Panchayat is similar to a court wherein the members of the Nyay Panchayat listens to disputes and tries to provide judgment and settle the disputes of the villagers. Next is the selection of the members of the Nyay Panchayat. The selection to the members of the Nyay Panchayat are done by the village panchayats, and sometimes the selection is also done by more than one gram panchayat. Regarding the number of members that should be in the Nyay Panchayat, it is generally Nyay Panchayats, they generally have 5 members, out of which some of the members must be educated so that they are familiar with the laws while they are settling disputes of the villagers. But if there are instances wherein none of the elected members of the Nyay Panchayats are illiterate or educated, then it becomes the responsibility of the government to appoint an educated person as member to the Nyay Panchayat. Regarding the powers of the Nyay Panchayat as being given by the state government, Nyay Panchayat can settle minor disputes among the village people, which can be relating to minor theft, trespassing, or occupation of one's land by some other person. As I have already pointed out that Nyay Panchayats, their main function is to offer justice and solve disputes of the villagers. In other words, they act like the courts. But there is a big difference between the function of the court and the Nyay Panchayat. For example, like in the State Court of Justice, where trials are being exercised by lawyers for both the accused and the victim. But in the Nyay Panchayat, there is no need for lawyers. The panchayats or the members of the Nyay Panchayat knows the fact firsthand, and so after hearing from both the parties, they can give out their decisions quickly. But in the court, it is not like that. We need lawyers in order to fight our trials, and the hearing is also not done quickly. It takes time. Next, if the case or dispute takes place in the city court or state court, both the parties have to pay their lawyer to represent them in the court. But if the case is put forward under the Nyay Panchayat, the parties do not have to spend any money for the settlement of their disputes. Thirdly, it also saves the villagers time, and they do not have to go to the court for court attendance and hearing. And there can be instances when a person, if he appears before the Nyay Panchayat and is not satisfied with the judgment being given by the village Nyay Panchayat, he can appeal to the higher courts. One important thing about the function of the Nyay Panchayat is that as its function is to settle the minor disputes of the villagers, it can levy fines on the accused person, but it does not have the authority to send anyone to jail. So in short, the Nyay Panchayats offer the first one, speedy justice. Second, no court cases, and the third one is no time lost in going to courts far from the villages. What are the sources of income of Gram Panchayats? The Gram Panchayats, in order to perform civic functions, they also need some money, and this money is raised in the form of revenue from the following sources, like rent of lands owned by the Gram Sabha, taxes on village markets and fairs, taxes on houses and shops, fees for registration on sale of land or cattle, and lastly, revenue collected from grants given by the state governments. Now let's move to the next paragraph, which is women and panchayats. It was through the 73rd Amendment Constitutional Act, which was passed in the year 1992, that provided for the reservation of elected posts for women in the panchayats. According to this act, it was being stated that not less than one-third of the total number of posts of members and chairpersons at all the three tiers of the Panchayati Raj system, which includes the Gram Panchayat, the Intermediate Panchayat and District Panchayat, it shall be reserved for women, which means that one-third of the seat in all these three tiers of the Panchayati Raj system shall be reserved for the women. Thus, now according to the survey, it shows that at present there are around 6,81,258 women being elected as members to the Gram Panchayats. There are 37,109 women to the panchayats at intermediate level and around 3,153 women to panchayat at the district level. So in this lesson, local government, we learned that local government is needed in order to ensure better cooperation of the people, as they are directly benefited from developmental works. It also provides training in the running of government on a larger scale. Local government makes people responsible and self-reliant. Local government includes panchayats at village level, block samiti and Zilla Parishad in the second and the third tier. Next, Panchayati Raj in India has existed since early times. The Gram Panchayat is the smallest elected unit. A Gram Panchayat looks after the local affairs of the village. It also tries to settle minor disputes. The Pradhan or Sarpanch is the most important elected representative in the Panchayat. Next, we shall do the exercises from page number 17. The first is multiple choice. Number 1. Local self-government is necessary in our country because the options given are: number A, ours is a very ancient civilization. Number B, India has people following different religions. Number C, large number of Indian people are still uneducated. And number D, government at the center cannot have first-hand knowledge of problems in distant parts of the country. So the correct option is number D, which is government at the center cannot have first-hand knowledge of problems in distant parts of the country. Number 2. The base of governance lies at the level of number A, district, number B, village, number C, state, and number D, all of the above. The correct answer is number B, which is village. Number 3. Local self-government bodies look after, the options are number A, defense of the country, number B, law and order, Number C, issue of coins and currency notes. And number D, cleaning of roads. And the correct answer is number D, cleaning of roads. Now let's look at number 4, which is schools for primary education are mostly run by. The options are number A, central government, number B, state governments, number C, local self-government agencies, and number 3, all the above. And the correct answer to this question is state governments. Number 5. Urban local bodies include. The options given in your textbook are number A, cantonment board, number B, municipal board, number C, municipal corporation, and number 3, all of the above. So the correct answer for urban local bodies include. The correct option is number D, which is all of the above. Now let's look at question number 6, which is complete the following statement. Number A, the members of the Nyai Panchayat are elected by the answer for the blank space will be village panchayat. Number B, village courts generally have dash members. So in the village court we will have maximum 5 members. So the answer is village courts generally have 5 members. Number C, looking after general sanitation of the village is a dash function of the village panchayat. So the answer for this blank space will be compulsory. So number C is looking after general sanitation of the village is a compulsory function of the village panchayat. Now let's look at question number D. It says it is dash to approach elected members of the panchayat. So the answer for this will be easy. Number D, it will be it is easy to approach elected members of the panchayat. Now let's move ahead to question number 7. The question is which one from out of the following are not the functions of village panchayats? The options given here are number A, providing facilities for local transport, number B, checking unauthorized occupation of common grounds, number C, construction of approach lands, and number D, providing tap water to village households. So in this question you have to check which one is not the function of the village panchayat. So the correct option will be providing facilities for local transport. So the village panchayat, they do not look after the transportation facilities, but they do check unauthorized occupation of common grounds, construction of local approach lands, and providing tap water to village household. So the correct option will be providing facilities for local transport. Let us also look at the next question, which is short or long question answers. The first question is mention any 2 merits of local self-government. You can look out for the answer in page number 14, the third paragraph in which it's given merits of local government. You can look out for the answer from that paragraph and write 2 merits from there. Next, question number 2, it says briefly explain how a village panchayat is constituted. So for this you can look at page number 15 on the left hand side. Second paragraph, you can see organization of village panchayat. You can go through the paragraph and you can write whatever you have learned from the paragraph. It shows the organization, which means the constituted. How is the village panchayat formed? You can write about the age of the villager who is who can be a member of the Gram Panchayat, or how many seats are reserved for women and scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, who elects the Sarpanch or the head, and what are the functions of the Panchayat. You can also write about the term of the Panchayat members and what are the duties of the Panchayat secretary. So that will be it for the answer. The next will be question number 3, which says, what compulsory functions are performed by the village panchayat? Mention any 3. For this, you can write the answer from page number 15. From the right hand side, you can see that there is given the compulsory functions of the Gram Panchayat. You can write any 3 functions from there. In your textbook, there are 8 functions being given, compulsory functions. You can write any 3 functions from there. Question number 4, it says, in what respect can a Nyay Panchayat be more helpful to villagers than a district court? So for this, you can refer to paragraph from page number 16, which is Nyay Panchayat or Panchayati Adalat, and you can point out some differences that we have discussed today about the district court and the Nyay Panchayat, how both of them differs. And the last question is question number 5, which is, what provisions exist to ensure the involvement of women in functioning of village panchayat? For the answer, you can refer to page number 16, the last paragraph, wherein you can see women and panchayats. You can write about the constitutional amendment which lead to the reservation of elective posts for women. How many members are being, how many seats are being reserved for them, and how many members are there, and which are the 3 tier in which the women can be elected, so that they can get themselves involved in the functioning of the village panchayat. So students, we have completed the lesson. I shall be giving out the question answers, but you can also try on your own, and I shall be giving forward the question answers in the WhatsApp number of the class group I mean. So you can write down the answer, and we will check the question answers, the notes, whatever is being given and you have written when the school reopens. And in the next session we will be doing a new lesson. So for today, let's stop the session. Thank you.